So I have come to some realizations. 1. It has been 2 months since I've updated my Pan That palette. 2. I don't think, considering we're 8 months into this project, that I will be completely hitting pan on this entire palette. And 3, I'm considering whether a Pan That palette is the best choice for me in 2022. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the 4th update for my Pan That palette. We're 8 months into the year and this is only my 4th update. So we've been working on the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and my goal is to hit pan on all 22 shadows in this palette. Before I give you an update of where we are now, just a reminder, it's been 2 months since my last update, but let's jump straight into the progress montage. This is where we are now. So not massive changes, but there are definitely some changes that we need to talk about. We have added an additional 4 pans to our total. So first up, we have tinsel. I will put a better picture up here so that you can actually get a full view of what I'm talking about. But first up, we have tinsel. This was my goal from last update, way back in May, was to hit pan on tinsel. And I managed to do that with an additional 5 uses. Next up, I'm pleased to announce I have hit pan in 2 mattes and another shimmer. The first one I hit pan on was Bone. I was mainly using this to set my eyeshadow primer, and I used it a whopping extra 33 times before I hit pan. So for a total, I have used this shadow 60 times just to hit that tiny little pan. Next, we hit pan in Synergy. I only had to use this one an extra 9 times, and I'll definitely say that the metal shadows are a lot easier to hit pan on than the mattes, which is obviously expected. Last but not least, this morning I was pleased to hit Suede. I did not think that that would happen before I did this update. And I used this one 29 times since the last update. I'll definitely say that these shadows prove it takes a lot to hit pan on the matte shadows in this palette, considering that majority of these other mattes are sitting around the 10 to 20 use mark. I don't think we are going to be hitting many pans on the matte shadows. So I've reassessed my goals for the entire year. Yes, my perfect goal in a perfect world where I could use quite a lot of makeup. I wasn't working on about 500 other projects and I had multiple faces. I would hit pan on all of these shadows. But considering that unfortunately I only have one face and I am working on 500 other projects, we are going to change my major goal to only hitting pan on at least half the shadows in this palette. If I can hit pan on 11 shadows, currently I'm sitting on 8, I will be happy. Yes, my main goal is to still hit pan on as many shadows I can in this project in this year, but if I can get to 11 before the end of the year, I'll be pleased with my progress. It will be classed as a success, though I haven't hit pan on all shadows. Hopefully that makes sense to where I'm getting at with that. So let's go into the goals for the next month, because I will hopefully be back with another update in a month's time instead of letting this project fall to the wayside update wise. My goals are: 1, I would like to use all panless shadows at least once. Those that have pan on it, if I use it, yep, that's okay, but that is not a main goal because they have already reached their success in this project. My next goal is to hit pan on flash. This has got quite a dip going in it, and I'm hoping that pan is not too far away. So that is where I'm sitting with the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. It has been a bit of a slow year with this palette, even though I'm using at least one shadow from this palette nearly every time I do my makeup. It is just a slow going project, though I will say that the money I spent on this palette is ringing true because this palette is currently worth the amount I paid for it, considering how many uses it's taking to even hit pan. So with that said, I'm Verity. This was the 4th update for my Pan That palette, and now to the outro.